happening? What's happening? I got an ad. Since when did Twitch put in ads that go through ad block? It's dumb. So we're just gonna hang out for a minute. Wait for people to come in. I'm gonna figure out a headless combo I used to know. In the meantime. This character's weird. I really don't remember how this combo works. I want to say you skip the medium kick in the first string. And it's weirding me out. It doesn't feel right. It can't be right. So we're just going to hang out, wait for people to join, and then we'll start doing live stream things. This probably won't be a long one. But, hey, we'll figure it out. This can't be right. Do you use a light? I feel like you don't. Hold on. Is it listed on... In theory, Sam will join us at some point, too. But that's in theory. He's playing Halo, which is gross. Mid-screen, mid-screen, mid-screen. Corner. Oh, I was missing fiber. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. So yeah, we'll just hang out. Reminder, questions in chat are prioritized over questions in the Discord. I think we only have 3 in the Discord this month. I think I looked at them, and they'll be pretty fast. So... questions in chat will probably be most of the stream. So, you know, if you got those questions. In the meantime, I'm just going to keep trying to hit this combo. I'm just gonna use OTG over and over again. Just something like that. I don't know this kid. This character's so strange. Hello? This guy said a hot minute. I thought it was gonna take a hot minute. Well, you're on stream. What do you mean you can't hear you? Game audio was muted this whole time, so...
Yep. So the whole desktop was?
Yeah, we'll reset it again.
Alright, that would make sense.
So, you know, sound test, etc.
Hello!
Yeah. That was a good background noise.
This all you could hear was you talking and.
Yeah, that's just my microphone. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems fine.
We're still saying though, hey, question in chat. Yeah, what's going on?
Excuse me, sorry, I choked on my Coca-Cola.
I'm doing it. This character's hard. Yeah, prioritizing chat questions. Would I recommend DP over H brass assist for Peacock? It depends on what you want. If you're playing a duo, I'd say run H brass because it covers a lot of stuff. If you're playing a trio, it really depends on your other assist. If you have something that covers horizontal space, you can run beat extend pretty easily. And beat extend's good for her. It sets up good mix. McPeanuts use that a lot. So, you know, each
Also,
have
heavy brass assist is good for counter calling. So it is.
Yeah. Beat extend is too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's invuln and it's huge, so.
That's true.
Yeah, if you're using Philia DP, you can run, you'd want to run H brass. You could also swap that around if you wanted to and run, like, H hairball and, beat extend, but that's just what you're more comfortable with. You have to be a little bit careful using things like H hairball, because if you're zoning with Lenny, you could just blow up your own Philia. I do that a lot when I run Eliza boat assist, as a joke. She just keeps getting boated into the bomb over and over again. What's a safe jump and how do I do it? I like this question.
Oh no.
I like this question.
Let's see. I have PTSD with safe jumps.
This is all I do. I really like this question. Alright, so in theory, a safe jump is a... Hold up. Let me get this sorted real quick. So in theory, a safe jump is kind of like an Oki setup, where you're doing something as soon as I get off the ground. And you want to time it... Oops, sorry, I'm being bad. You want to time it so that your... Don't look at me.
So bad.
You want to time it so that you're putting out a hitbox on their wake up while also being safe from reversals. I have not played this game in a very long time. Don't look at me. I am missing a very, very basic thing. I missed time to say hit the burst weight rate. Hold up. You can trust me.
Hold on.
Like that. So that puts a hitbox out. Normally he would DP through that, but I think I did the recording slow. It would put a tier hitbox on his wake up while also letting me block at the same time. I'm gonna put on a better recording because I didn't do that right. I'll just do like SSJ. Look, you gotta trust me.
But what if we don't?
So like that. So you can hear his armor get hit. Is, you know, when I do it, right? His armor is getting hit, and I'm still blocking. It lets you put a hitbox on his wake up while also being safe yourself. There's no mix up there. It's a mid. But what it means is if they decide to wake up super or beat extend or something, you'll block it. And if they decide to block on wake up for some reason in this game, they block something and you can push more buttons and pressure. And, you know, usually characters have specific setups to do it. And usually it won't work on armor because the way safe jumps work is against DPs they whiff and you can land on the ground and cancel it. But if it's armor, you'll just hit it and get hit. Parasol's kind of the exception because of the tiers. So she just gets to do it off of everything. You can kind of see what I did there. The general idea is putting out a hitbox on their wake up. I'm not explaining this very well. Mizumi should have stuff listed, I think. But for Parasol, you can do it off of everything. I can probably show you character-specific ones if I know them. How do I catch Valentine's for running away as Bayo Band? It depends on how they're running away. You can always just do A-Train plus grab, like the lunging command grab. That thing's really stupid. Obviously, there's dead zones to that, but
it's still dumb.
Yeah, it's still dumb. Is there a safe jump mid-screen as Parasol? Any knockdown. If there's a knockdown, you can do it. Like any knockdown, as long as you have the timing. I mean, I'm not detonating here, but you can see the idea there is the same if you delay it slightly. I'm wrong. Hopefully you can see that though. If not, I can show you in an actual setup. But if they're on the ground and you're Parasol, you're allowed to safe jump them, and it's my favorite part about the character. How do you do absolute guard? Blocking one way, push blocking, and then blocking the other way. I can show that real quick. I don't want to show that. I'll show it. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. No, do not snake me, please. This is something I shouldn't be showing because this is how you beat my team. This is a hard shutdown.
Secret tech.
I didn't do it. Yeah, so I want to block. You can see I blocked high, I push blocked, I blocked low. I'm blocking everything. It's exciting. It looks like I'm blocking the low standing. That's how you know you did it. Yeah, that's good. And absolute guarding, I don't know about you guys, but I don't really think when I absolute guard. I kind of just do it out of habit. Because if you're push blocking, there's no reason not to absolute guard, really. But a lot of the times I'll just do it, like, I'll block low, I'll push block, and then I'll be like, oh, what if they go overhead? And then I'll switch, and it's, I'm blocking both. Wow.
Wow. Penny's good at the video game.
Dude, I don't know. I'm a Tekken player now.
There you are.
Can I explain restanding? I can explain restanding. So she's on the ground here. If I wanted to do... Okay, you need to cease. Wow. If I do this knockdown, this light punch is going to whiff. I can't continue to combo off of this because she's on the ground. If I hit her twice with any move that hits grounded, let me show that better. Like my stand medium punches get a whiff, right? If I try to push stand medium punch in combo, and I don't, apparently that works. That's not gonna work. If I restand them by two moves, any two moves, if they get hit with two things, they stand back up, which means that that medium punch will always connect. Yeah. And there are other restands too, like this is also a restand when you do this. They're left standing again on the ground, even though they were just being comboed in the air. That's another kind of restand.
I mean, two hits also work in the air sometimes. Like,
well, you're always standing in the air, is the thing.
What?
This game doesn't really have, like... There are a few exceptions, but it's not like other games where... In a game like BlazBlue, if you get hit, you have to manually tech out of the combo, and then you're playing again. In this game, when the hit stun runs out, you can't just like not tech. When the hit stun runs out, you have to get hit or block or something. Am I explaining that right? Do you get it?
mean,
Okay. Dragon Ball. We played Dragon Ball. You know in Dragon Ball how sometimes the combo would be a blue combo? Because it, like, wasn't a real combo and you just didn't tech?
oh, yes.
The reason that works is because you didn't manually push the button to say, I'm gonna take control back of my character, you know?
Mm-hmm.
In Skullgirls, that doesn't exist. When hit stun runs out, you have control of your character again. You can't not tech out of combos. So, if they hit you in the air, even with one move, you'll technically be, like... You'll be in control of your character again.
Hmm. What if they're in the middle of a hard knockdown?
Auto-tech, kinda. Well, like I said, there's exceptions. Hard knockdowns aren't in the air, though. The exceptions would be, like, crumple states. Can you show me a same-side reset with Parasol Eliza? Same-side resets are dope. So any reset where you would cross under you can also go same-side. If that's what you're asking. I can just not dash and go same-side. If you're talking about a double cross under, there are setups. I don't know if it works on It doesn't work on Parasol. It works at lights. Hold on. That's not the right team. Hold on. I do this one all the time. Like, just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay, but I have to actually do it first. That's the thing. That's like the hard part about it. You actually have to do it, and that's, you know, when you're me and not... There you go. So that lets you dash twice. Which means it looks like it's cross up and then it's same side, and I don't think anybody's ever blocked that. Because people are like, oh, only double has those.
Yeah, it's only, like, you look for it when it's double, but when it comes to Parasol, people are like, nah.
Yeah. Parasol makes it heckin' scary, dude. And you can always do things like... This is a thing I'm really a fan of, and I don't think people do enough, including me. But doing, like, a hard knockdown snipe, and then calling this and just sitting above their head. Like, what side do you block on? If you do this, like, I don't know, what side is that? That's a real fun thing. How to use H butt assist? Do you mean how to pick it, or like how to actually use it? Because I've never used that, but I'd assume it's the same way you'd use. I actually don't know how you pick it either.
Pick what? Sorry.
Battle butt assist. Oh, I picked Concho assist for a meme.
Isn't it DP?
Wait, am I not thinking of the right battle butt? Because no, doubles is bomber.
Oh, I see what you mean, battle butt. Yeah.
Showed some squig resets. I can do that. The double is
Double
bomber.
is
I thought you meant the Cerebella armored. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
That's bomber, isn't it? I don't know.
That's
I don't
bomber.
remember.
Yeah, that's H bomber. So it is.
Both heavies or both mediums. All right. You sure that's not raw tag assist? God, I'd live for raw tag assist. I would love that.
Wait, raw? How does that work?
I don't know, but I want it. Good double
You
colors. Use the rainbow one. The rainbow one like insta wins you because the other person has a headache.
The raw tag assist just changes your character.
I like this one a lot too. People don't use the watermelon one enough. Okay, let me show squiggly resets, and in the meantime, what character are you using that you want to know the double thing with? Because it's kind of like the idea's the same, but I can show you better with a specific character. Hello, Selfish King. Beowulf, dope. Okay, basic squiggly resets. This is your normal, like, air strength, right? You do that a lot. Anytime you do a jump hard punch, you're allowed to do a 50-50, kind of. And you can either dash up low, or, you know, just not do the jump medium kick. And you can do dash up overhead. Those are kind of things. There's always the, dive kick. Out of the stand hard kick. That one's fun. There we go. That can go left and right. If you're not bad. There you go. That's a fun one. In terms of unmashable, I really don't know many unmashable squiggly ones. This is a common one you see a lot. Certain things like off of Gravedigger you can do it, and it's a left-right, depending on how you time the jump medium kick. You can either get it to cross up or not. Crank swears that it's not mashable, but I pillar out of it every time, so I think he's lying to me.
Of course he's lying. Think he knows Skullgirls?
These are all like the... Anytime you do like a jab, you're allowed to 50-50 off of it, you know. Can you actually disable that? That's heckin' nice. Maybe I should do that. I don't play against anybody that uses that color, but man. In terms of squiggly unmashables, I actually don't know any. I'm not a squiggly player, but I've always thought that one of her weaknesses was her stuff's really mashable. But like in exchange, she gets this, which is the dumbest thing in the game. So, you know. Do I have an assist choice for Parasol Philia? Philia really likes H-Shot and L-Shot. Both shots she really likes, depending on what you want. H-Shot helps you get in, L-Shot lets you keep pressure. She loves that. The other way around, I never actually found a Philia assist I liked that much. I'd probably run Hairball, but I wouldn't be happy with it. You could run updo. You could even get nuts and run like crouch medium kick if you wanted to lock down. That's fun with alpha counters too, because you can alpha counter into updo. Yeah, those are options. But if you're playing that team, you're probably playing Philia before Parasol, and then you don't play Parasol unless Philia is dead, so you don't have to worry about that much. But Philia absolutely loves Shot. That's one of her favorite things. What do I mean by mashable? Things like air supers, jabs. So, like, this, you're allowed to DP in that gap. Because you're on the ground, you're out of hit stun for a second. If you DP or you super or something, it's going to hit squiggly. You know, which is, or if you do this and they do, like, Gregor while you're dashing up and doing that, you're gonna get hit. Unless you're, like, dash blocking. Yeah, this game is very mash heavy, so if you should definitely try to figure out unmashables on your character. Even if it's some things like if you do this on Squiggly, that is unmashable against people that have ground reversals. So if I think the Parasol's going to Pillar. This is a really good character to do it against, because Parasol has 0 air reversals. All of her reversals are on the ground. So if you do this, and she's mashing, and you jab her while she's still in the air, there's absolutely nothing she can do about it. She can't pillar yet. If she's mashing pillar, or she's mashing it, I mean, you don't really mash pillar, but if you're mashing, if you're doing anything, you're going to get hit by the jab if you're still in the air. It's the same thing I do on Parasol, where instead of resetting with Crouch Light Kick, I reset with Stand Light Punch while they're still in the air. So they just can't mash ground supers, because they never hit the ground. That stuff's heckin' good, depending on who you're playing against. Against someone like Philia, or like Band, it's kind of spooky. Especially Philia, because Philia's Gregor's the same on the ground and in the air. But, you know, there's some characters that just get to hold that. Let me talk about the bomber thing. I don't remember where the Bayo colors are. That's not even. I can show you something really dumb the other way around too. I'm assuming you said H-Bomber, right? Yeah, you said H-Bomber. You said H-Bomber. So it's a little weird because H-Bomber has so much screen pushy. That's the technical term. You're allowed to do things like call it, do a 50-50, and then you kind of don't get much there unless you have bar. Then you can farm, and depending, you know, if you time it right with the height, you can get a pickup off of it. In theory. I swear I've done this before. I promise you can time that. I've definitely done that before. Maybe people just aren't teching, but... that's the thing. If you're going to be using this assist, though, you're mostly using it for the corner pressure, because in the corner, it's triple scary. Oops. you know, because they don't go away. So, you know, you just get to pressure whatever you want. The way you use Bomber, mostly, outside, I'm sure you already know the core stuff, because, you know, that, I feel like that kind of goes without saying. But, bring it up anyway, just in case people don't. If you're... I say this a lot. I'm gonna keep saying this a lot, because it's kind of a weird concept. But mids are really good in this game, because the mids lead to the mix-ups. So if I'm playing Bayo Bomber, which I am, I'm stalling for time.
Wait, what are you stalling for time for?
Because I'm setting up the screen. If I'm playing this team, I'm allowed to do things like H-chair plus Bomber, and then like run in and do things. And the only thing it's hard to do things about that, because I'm invincible, and as soon as you block it, you're blocking a Bomber, and I'm allowed to run mix, whatever. You know, I'm allowed to just go so far. Mids are insane. Bombers should definitely be used. You can do it with Jump Hard Punch, where you do Jump Hard Punch plus assist, and then you get to run mix. If you have a Lockdown assist, you should not be using it for mix-ups or anything like that. It's called a Lockdown assist because it makes them block, and then once they block, you're allowed to do whatever you want. But you have to make them block in the first place. Which is why you do things like chair, to make sure they block the first hit. If they try to hit your assist, if they try to stop it, they're gonna get hit with the chair. You can do it with a whole bunch of characters. You can do it with like Bella, Lock and Load plus assist. Ben can do Brass plus assist, especially with H-Bomber. H-Bomber and H-Brass is really stupid together. There's a whole bunch of things you can do. In Parasol, I do like Jump Hard Kick plus Butchers, and the Jump Hard Kick makes you block the Butchers. Make them block. I didn't even learn this in Skullgirls. I learned this in heckin' Marvel Infinite taught me this. But it carries over to every fighting game. So, hey Trevor. Let me show you the other thing I was talking about, because I think Double Bayo gets this, and it's really dumb if they do. I know Double Band gets it. Oops. What am I looking for? Yeah, this stream is just kind of a chat ask questions, and I try my best to answer them, and people listen to me for some reason.
Because that's the point. I don't know why people listen to you, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I don't either.
Keep playing.
So in theory, this team gets this mix. If I can, you know. Yep, it does. It does. That is one of the dumbest mixes of the game. It's not as fast as the Beat Extend one. But the way this works is this is same side, the Crouch Hard Punch is same side, and the chair is cross-up. And the way that works is because they land cancel it before the chair hits. So you have to block specifically same side, then cross-up, or if you don't flesh that, you have to do same side, then say it. It's such a stupid mix. If they do block it, you get pressure. It's just so dumb. It's the only reset I use. If like there was a good stretch of time where I played Double Band, and that was the only reset I used. It's literally all you need. If your team can do this, heck, do it. Do it everywhere. I shouldn't tell you this because I'm gonna have to play against it, but do it.
You were considering playing double more? I mean, like, you can choose how you want to. You can choose who you want to play, and you can play as you wish, but don't play double.
What is a block string? Hey, I can show you. A block string kind of just is a string that you have to block. So, for example, you know, if she's blocking, and I do light, medium, heavy, heavy, there is, between the light and medium, you're stuck blocking. You can't push anything. If you push jab, you're not going to get it. You're going to be stuck blocking. So a block string is going to be something you can do to extend that for as long as you can. And the idea is just that they're always blocking something. Parasol gets really long block strings because of how tier works. tier is plus, and the tier detonation gives you things. So if you push a button there, you get hit after the tier. And then you can either detonate the tier manually, or you can like wait for the tier to detonate and then do some other stuff. And assists also do it. It's kind of what I was talking about earlier by make them block something, where you can make them block with the assist and then go into block string. And block string can turn into mix with your command normals and yeah, make them block. That's my favorite thing.
If you're considering double or squiggly, here's how you think of it. If you want to hate yourself, play squiggly. If you want others to hate you, play double.
I don't know, man. I hate playing against squiggly.
Oh, well, there you go then. Squiggly is the ultimate just hate.
But that's probably just a matchup thing. Because that matchup sucks, and Crank still doesn't believe me.
But Crank is...
Even though he can literally punish me for any button I push. That matchup's fine.
but Crank is, bad.
Also, there's certain matchups Squiggly has where you can just hold punch charge and you win. Like, if you're playing Squiggly versus Big Band and you hold punch charge, there's absolutely nothing Band gets to do about it. If he brasses, you get to Daisy. If he giant steps, you get to SPO. If he dashes in with assist, you get a happy birthday. What's he do? I don't know.
The only time he's allowed to do anything is if Squiggly doesn't have a meter.
Yeah, if he goes to parry, you can actually... Because I do this with Butchers all the time. If he's parrying SPO, you can grab him out of the parry animation and get a combo. You can't even do that. There's some matchups that Squiggly just gets to go. But I still think her resets suck. That's why I stopped playing her in the first place. Okay, let me look at the Discord for a second. And remember, chat questions get prioritized, etc. But I'm also going to go through these. Since Peacock Bayo Band has 2 points, which should I use on point? I assume it's matchup dependent. I played this team for a little bit. I really enjoyed playing this team. This team just killed you. And that's why I'd say you should always run Bayo first. Because that team will just kill you. Do I have a macro? I do! Now you know I'm telling the truth. Yeah, no, this team will just kill you with last string, Arm into Lenny, and then Peacock does the final. I have a video on it. That might have been on plays. That might be gone now. I'm not sure. But the one of Peacock's biggest weaknesses is that she has to round start with, like, you know, if she's point. And if she's not point, it's really risky because Peacock at incoming is god-awful. If you can get past the round start as Peacock, you're usually fine. This team doesn't have that weakness, really, because Bayo A-Train is really stupid, so usually Bayo's not gonna die. You get to put Peacock in on your own terms. It's kind of like playing against double with how Arm works, because Arm hits from so far away that there's nothing they get to do about that DHC. You are 100% safe because of the distance. And because of that, even if you're losing, if you have 2 meter, you can get Peacock in at any point and play your game. Because you'll have the Lenny out and you just play Peacock. And obviously Bayo gets like 18,000 better neutral because of H. George. Like, I don't know, what do you do about that? I'm just gonna jump at you. This team is dumb. This team is really dumb. But I would always run Bayo point.
George assist is so good.
Yeah. And then when Peacock's out, you get H chair assist, which is, you know, also a zoning tool on top of being a DP, because it's the chair that he throws at you.
Oh.
The only weird thing about it is playing Peacock A-Train. I stole a combo from... I don't remember it anymore, but at some point I stole a combo from Sev by just, like, watching a VOD and slowing it down. And you do get gross mix off of it. At the very basic, you can just do, like, call item and then jump forward, jump hard kick, and then they float and you get the left-right, you know? But you can do worse than that. Yeah, this team is... I genuinely think this could be one of the best teams in the game. I'll be 100% honest.
I had to look at like the next question and I misread it. It's like, what should I do for incoming as Big Band? Should I taunt for better super or try to do a mix-up? And I thought that meant like Big Band coming in, like, you know, like they were coming in. I thought that they were like, oh, do I come in and just taunt them?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what you do. It's for the mental frame.
What you did.
So, okay, I'm gonna clarify a little. I think the two best teams in the game, I might have to think about this again, because I came up with this thought a while ago, and I might have changed my mind since then. But the Sonic and Stages teams are both one of the best teams in the game, because of how much of the game they skip. The ideal way to play this game at a high level is to play as little of it as possible. If you can skip neutral, if you can skip blocking, if you can skip, you know, mix-ups, any of those and your team is heckin' solid. Sonic and Stage's team both let them do multiple things of that. They let... both of those teams could mash really effectively. Both of those teams had insane neutral. Sage's team did a lot of damage. Sonic's, you had to be really optimal to do damage, but of course Sonic was optimal. This team also covers all those things. You skip neutral pretty hard, because you always have Arm and Delaney, you always have H storage to back you up. You're playing Bayo A-Train, so you're not really playing neutral in the first place. You skip mix-ups because you just killed them, so you don't need to do mix-ups. And the mashing is just alright because you're mashing into Lenny, and it's a little awkward if your back's to the corner, and you can't really mash Bandin, but this team checks like 2.5 out of the 3 boxes. This is a good heckin' team. Anyway, that was that little tangent. I want to talk about the band thing, because in theory, you can do both. Again, it depends on your team. If you're playing solo band, you kind of get a discount version of both. But if you're playing... I'm gonna do band. Alright, I have to set this up. This is gonna be a weird thing to set up. How does this work again? How does the training room work? One of these buttons. Health normal. Yeah. No, that's what I want.
Health normal.
Stop blocking. I'm gonna beat you up.
Stop what?
Stop blocking. I'm gonna beat you up.
Okay.
You, Sam.
Oh no, not me.
One more. Alright. So in theory, you can do both. You have to be good at timing it. I'm not the great. I did the Bayo taunt. But in theory, you have enough time to do a... If you're solo, you have enough time to either do jump forward, jump light kick, or jump forward grab. The reason I say that's discount is because doing air super will beat both. So some characters like Pain, Will, or Phil, you just won't care. But you do get a discount version of that. If you have an assist, it's fantastic. Because you can do it with assist. Again, kind of loses to air super. But if they do end up coming and blocking, I'm just going to have them block highs always. And then I'm going to mistime it. And then I'm going to just input it. And and I'm going to not do the... Look, okay, bear with me for a second. I'm bad. This gives you so much pressure. It's exact... I talked about this earlier. I talk about this all the time, I promise. But even though I'm just doing jump light kick and there's no real mix-up there, they're blocking the assist afterwards, which means I get a 50-50 afterwards. Because Big Ben can do that for an instant overhead, or he can do, you know, a low. Which means as soon as you block that, you're guessing. It's heckin' good. But yeah, in theory, you don't really lose mix for doing that. You might, depending on how well you time it, you might even be able to get a left-right. You can. So yeah, no, there's still mix if you taunt. So get that taunt. If you're that's corner specific. You can always, yeah, it's really good. That's corner specific. If it's mid screen, you are giving up stuff, depending on your assist. So at that point, I'd say you should look at the state of the game. If you need to snowball to win, you know, don't do it. If you think you can out neutral them and you only need like one hit, like if you're like solo versus trio or something, you should taunt because you can just kill them. Yeah, 50-50s is just they're forced to guess. You'll hear people say things like real and not real. 50-50s are real when you are 100% just your only options are blocking low or high, or left and right or whatever. You have to block. Fake 50-50s are, if they block, they'll have to guess, but there are ways out of it. Like the parasol, jump light punch, jump light kick, jump medium punch. Technically, you get a left right off of that, but in theory, any character with a double jump or an air dash can just do that to get out of the left right, and then they don't have to guess anymore. So that's a fake 50-50. You'll hear that tossed around too.
It's also just sidestep it.
Yeah, just sidestep. Unless you're Gigas. Dummy's Guide to Rush Down Solo Peacock. Just do some stuff. Your Peacock, as long as there's junk on the screen. I mean, if there's a bomb near you, you're allowed to do whatever you want, because it doesn't matter if you DP in their face, because if they have to block the bomb afterwards, then, you know, you're safe.
Also, holding your item's really good.
Yeah, just make the block something, hold an item. But I've talked about that on every live stream, so... Should I do it again? I don't want to do it again. Should I do it again?
Don't do it again.
And you know what? That falls under the category of make them block a mid, then do the thing, and force... I like making people block. Strong advocate.
Yeah, you're doing. I hate it. I hate it.
Strong advocate.
I hate it. I just want to smack them.
If they're blocking, they're not able to push buttons. That's where it comes from.
Unfortunate. Penny's game plan is make them hate playing.
Yeah, basically.
Because they don't get the play.
I want to make sure you don't have fun.
What are some ways to get in on Peacock, especially trying to jump over the plane while they have an item drop?
World Gem video. World Gem. I think there's a link. World Gem. That's not what it is. World. Well done.
We'll get it eventually.
Wait, I think I spelled it wrong. Whatever. I have fun. World Gem video. This thing's super useful. I don't care who you are. Watch the second video. This video will help so much in fighting Peacock. This doesn't work if they are holding item. But if they're holding item, they're not just zoning you. They're probably doing movement and running around and stuff. And, you know, at that point, you're trying to make them block before you have to block. But if you have trouble getting in on a zoning Peacock, World Gem.
World Gem.
Video's fantastic.
What is World Gem? Is that just the person?
It's the person that made it.
Ah, okay.
It's not World Jam either. It's World Gem. I just,
Gem.
You know, my Canadian accent.
You're Canadian. No, I know it's Gem, but like I was like you spelled it wrong, so it's World Jam.
We got combos. I love combos.
What?
We got combos. I love combos. Near the end, the jump medium punch to 5 light punch, then landing the 2 MK or 2 hard punch.
What is 5 LP and 2 MK? What is this?
That's a combo, Sam.
Yeah, but what's the like number for it?
Did you never learn numpad notation?
Oh, it's numpad notation. Oh yeah.
I swear
like
we
2
used
is
that in like.
Yeah. 2 is
Okay.
down, 5 is forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was concerned because I thought we had like.
I thought it was, but I was making sure because I never like really see that. I mostly just
it's just
hear,
because we've been playing Tekken.
Yeah.
The numbers are the buttons in Tekken, not the direction.
Mm.
Thanks, Mortal Kombat, for teaching us that. Jump hard kick, jump light punch, it's the TK route. I like this route. Oh, this isn't even the route I was thinking of.
Imagine a game that's like whenever they say you have to press like right on the D-pad, right? They mean that no matter what side you're on.
No, I just totally didn't process what you said. I'll be honest.
Like so, like if you're on the left side, the right would be forward to you, right? So imagine like when you go to the other side, to do the same move, you have to hold back because it's the same input because that's what it said.
Yeah.
That would be so weird.
Yeah. Sure would be. You know what else would be weird? If your hands were tentacles.
I mean, actually, no, I don't think so.
I think it'd be kind of straight, hard to hold the controller.
No, because the thing is, if our hands were tentacles, right? We'd be used to it, and it would just be the norm.
No, I just mean like you woke up one day and you had tentacles.
Oh, if it just happened out of nowhere, yeah, that would be really weird. I'd be less concerned about playing a thing.
Dude, imagine a monkey having more fingers than you. What a nerd.
Wait, do they have more fingers?
If you had tentacles for hands, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'd be a nerd. I'd have the same amount of hands as a bird.
Well, birds have 0, you have 1.
No, because tentacles on hands.
Yeah, but you could still, like, flop them at people.
And birds could still, like, wrap
Welcome
around.
to Skullgirls Get Great. Hold on, I'm gonna actually do the combo. What's happening? Oh, it's this. Yeah. Yeah. I'm figuring out what I'm picking up what you're putting down. The jump medium punch to 5 light punch. So, the way you get around that on Filia is delaying the final string. They can be in the air when you jab, and it's fine. It's why you see a lot of Filias delay their final string like that, because it gives them time to fall. I'm not gonna sit here and learn the combo, but I can make them jump and try to show you. If it
What's
doesn't work, I'll learn
ADC?
the combo.
I didn't realize this was League of Legends, but what is ADC?
Air dash cancel.
Ah.
Get in the corner, it's easier to show. Get in the corner. Alright. So you can see, when I delay the buttons, she kind of falls onto the ground, and that lets you get the whole string. You just gotta get used to the timing. And you can see it's all comboing too.
How do you let your opponents know you love them, Doctor? Stop playing your team.
Don't play Skullgirls. Nobody loves each other. Everything is hate. If you want to let them know that you love them, make sure you teabag after every round. And switch to their team and then beat them with that to assert dominance.
And then send them an invite to, like, you suck.
Yeah. And make sure you let them know on their profile, too.
Message them saying, like, 0 out of 10.
Just make sure you say, like, you're not even good.
You're not even good. Make sure you lose to them once, then say you're not even good.
And say your mom was in the room. Anyway.
Keyboard walk over your joystick.
Yeah. I had to go water your lobster.
For my favorites. Also, that combo that you were showing, like, there was a part where it was, like, saying, "Hi, is this good for resets?"
Oh, yeah, I missed that part. This part good for resets, jump hard kick. Yeah, that part's dope for resets. You can't backwards air throw in this game. I never thought about that until just now.
Yeah, you're right, you actually can.
What the heck?
That's weird.
Wait, how many hours do I have in this game? And I just now thought of that.
I mean, it's
I have 2,000 hours in this game, and I just realized that. Okay, I don't know why I've never thought of that, but huh. I don't know how to pull you out of the corner now. That's good enough. Hey, stop backing back into the corner. Yeah, that, in theory, that gives you a bunch of mix. Stop jumping. I had to reset the corner still. Alright. Yeah, anything you do off that. This is her, like, normal go into mix string, you know? Anywhere up here, you can go low, you can go overhead, you can go cross up, you can, like, fast fall and then do stuff. You can heckin' do whatever you want. Go make a sandwich, they won't block it. They should heckin' fill you. It's a little, you have to be a little careful because jump hard kick has a lot of hit stun, so it's a good and a bad thing because it lets you do things like this. You'll see a lot of higher levels. I can't do the combo all of a sudden. Excuse me. You'll see a lot of higher level Philias do things like this. What side was that? Who knows? Do that with an assist, you get a combo after it. It don't matter. And of course you can do that and then air dash too. And that's cross up, you know, that you can do it and then air dash back and it's same side stuff. You can skip that entirely and just not do the jump hard kick and like fast fall it instead. Then you don't have to worry about the hit stun. Yeah, that is her like main reset point, I'd say. Most characters are like, oh, you push stand hard punch for their beginner resets and then you do like air throw or some jump. Now, if you're Philly, just do this. This does everything for you. How does burst baiting work? Do I just do it and pray they're mashing something? Kind of.
Yeah, a little bit, actually.
I can explain it to you. And the other question is short, so... What's the main reset point for Eliza? Anytime they get restood. Anytime you're doing an air string and they're back on the ground. It's the same idea for Philia, except Eliza just doesn't have an easier way to do it like that. Eliza has to do this whole shenanigans for it. Or things like stand medium punch, you can do things like boat and then spiral on either side, and, you know, or you can do like Albus if you want to show dominance.
T-pose.
Right.
That's a good one.
So this is probably going to be way too much information, but I'm going to do it anyway because it is important. Combo stages are why burst baits work, and the infinite prevention system that this game has. So the way this works is combo stage 1 is a jump in. If you're doing a combo and the first step to a combo kind of is the jump in, because that's how it starts and then you do the rest of the combo. That's what Mike Z said. That's how the game works. Combo stage 1 is always the jump in. Combo stage 2 is the stuff after the jump in. So if I do this and then I push the buttons, you can see at the top it says combo stage 2. If you don't do the jump in, it goes straight to combo stage 2. Because Mike Z said so. You just skip stage 1. Combo stage 3 is anything after combo stage 2. So if I do my string, and then I do a special move, and then I do something after it, that counts as a separate string, so that becomes combo stage 3. If I do a launcher, and then I do an air string, that also becomes combo stage 3. So anything after the first string is stage 3. Anything after stage 3, don't worry about it. It doesn't really matter. Because stage 3 is when the game starts tracking what buttons you're pushing. So if I do stand light punch here, and then I do another stand light punch, it's not going to burst, because it doesn't count the first string in terms of your buttons. If I do it again on after stage 3, and they're not too far away, hold on. If I do it here, that's going to cause a burst bait, because it tracked the second string's light punch, and then I can't use that button again, so it will make them burst. That's the idea behind burst baits. If you use a button you've used more than once in the combos, that's stage 3 and after, it's going to burst bait. It's going to burst. You choose to bait it. There's also the green burst, which is when you're out of on Dizzy, but that's a lot easier to figure out, I guess. Because it's just when the bar is green and then you do a move. Um, in terms of how you want to use it, it depends on what kind of player you are. I do them always, because then afterwards I just safe jump and pressure, and I love it. Some
I hate it.
people just never use them, and they prefer to use like unmashable resets instead. Yeah, because if I'm burst baiting a bunch, because I'm not good at unmashable resets, so the more I burst bait, the less likely you're to mash, so I don't have to worry about that. That's another thing.
I just safe jump it anyway.
Yeah, it's fine. Aren't you a Discord server? I'm like 3 Discord servers.
Wait.
No, we do have a link to the Discord. ! Discord should have a server.
I like 3 Discord. What's that mean?
I don't know. Yeah, that's the idea behind burst baits. You want to make the burst whiff. You have to be a little bit careful because, and people don't do this, but alpha counter, you can switch your character after you burst. Which means you can get burst baited and still be fine out of it because you can switch characters for bar. Some people, like, you'll see like doubles do it sometimes if they're far away, because you can alpha counter double in and then immediately go into puddle, and then, you know, you're fine. There's a puddle there. Some characters can even, like, again with double, if you burst and the burst hits them, you can combo off the burst by doing car in the other direction, and that'll hit them and combo off the burst. And then you can DHC and get a full thing off of it. It's real fun. Heckin' love it. Gotta be careful of that. Nobody does it. Don't actually be careful of it, but know that it exists. People should do it. Nobody does it. How many touches does double usually kill in? All of them. I don't think I've ever seen a double finish a combo. I think every double just wants to mix you. Even if you could kill, you just, well, what if I cross you up, though?
I've got him in a 2-hit straight. I hit him in a 2-hit combo. Time to mix.
Yeah, it's kind of, if you optimize your double, I mean, double doesn't do a small amount of damage, you know? If you're playing your team 100% optimally, most teams should kill in 1 reset in Trio v Trio. Or even, if depending on your team, Duo v Duo. But Trio v Trio, you should be able to kill in 1 reset. If you're super into lighting set play, you want a 1 reset kill. And you don't want it to be the same reset, obviously. You want it to be like a reset point where you can do multiple things out of it. Yeah, that is... The 2-touch meta is what should happen. But a lot of people don't optimize their combos in this game because resets exist. It doesn't matter if your combo does less damage if you can just do another combo, you know? But in the real theory, you want to reset as little as possible because that's how they get out. There you go. I'd probably just sound like an old person rambling at this point, but...
No, if you reset, you'll die.
Can I show you some Eliza resets and burst baits? I can. And I can also show you Pleasure's book.
Oh no. Not the book.
I think it's in here?
The secret text.
Yeah, that first link is Pleasure's a much better Eliza than I am. Because I only played the character for the assist, and Pleasure actually really likes the character. So, you know. Don't if I say something to contradict something in the book, go with the book. Yeah, I really like this color. But if you're looking for Eliza resets, there's always the standard, you know, any restand gives you a 50-50. That's a cross-up. You can go same side. You can do lows instead. I talked about the stand medium punch one earlier. It only works on lights, it won't work on Parasol, so, you know, really glad I picked Parasol. You can do things like anytime you Horus, you can do something like this, and, you know, that's a thing, except it's super mashable, but it's fast, so people don't usually. You can always change what your air strings are to freak them out. You can do things like jump, light kick, air dash, air grab, that's a thing. Really bad for damage, but it might catch people. What are some of the other Eliza resets I use? There's the unblockable. I'll show you the unblockable in a second, because nobody's ever blocked it in the history of Skullgirls, and if they did, they're lying to you. Her corner stuff's pretty gross too, because you do it off of jump hard kick. but a lot of the times you're just doing a restand like that into a 50-50. I use this a lot because it's super unmashable. If they mash, I'm a skeleton. I don't care if they mash, I'm just going to armor it and punch them. So, you know, and it's kind of a mix-up. It's kind of a fuzzy because it's a delayed overhead like that, and you can not do it and go low. I use that reset all the time, and usually people just get hit by the overhead. I'll show you the unblockable too. Oh, burst phase. Burst phase. Anytime you do this, because she does that string all the time. This air reset, air to ground, air force string, you know?
Air force.
Anytime you do that, because you use jump light kick to put them back on the ground, you can always do jump back, jump light kick, and it will burst fate. Because it's already tracked your jump light kick. So, you know, keep that in mind. That works. I'm doing air dash backwards because that'll, you know, make sure the burst whips, and then I'm air grabbing for the fast fall. You don't have to do that. I think you have to dash backwards. I'm not sure. But I do that anyway. Also, it looks cool. So, that's an upside. Why doesn't Painwheel Pinion Dash work? That's not actually a move she has. It's one of the weirdest assists in the game because she can't actually do it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you know Painwheel Pinion Dash assist?
No.
It's like she goes into a ball and then he goes across the screen like the H1 sends you flying.
That.
Yeah, Painwheel can't do that move.
Wait, what?
It's not a move she has. You can only use it as an assist.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it's really strange.
Wait, what? How do you get it then?
You pick it as an assist. It's down kicks.
Down kicks. And she doesn't get that as an actual
No, you
move.
can't do it.
That's really weird.
Yeah. So this reset's Big Band specific, but you should learn that anyway because it's really easy and everybody plays Big Band. Don't be afraid about learning Big Band specific stuff because everybody plays Big Band. So that's the one you're going to use the most for sure. But this
especially online.
Nobody ever, 0% of people block this. Nobody. And I don't know what it is about it. Every time I'm playing Band against an Eliza and this happens, I know it's coming. It's not, you can't do it.
Yeah, I've never blocked that.
Even when you're doing it for the joke and you do it 7 times in a row, like you just...
Yeah, I've played against Penny so long and I keep getting hit by that, and I know that I'm getting hit by it, and I've seen it before. I just can't.
It's actually a lot better than it looks too, because you can't match Timpani out of it, because they're a skeleton, so they're just gonna hit you. I mean, I guess you could match Timpani, but you're gonna get hit.
Yeah, they're good.
You can't mass SSJ because you're in the air. Can't be extend because you're in the air. And I think the dumbest thing about it, and I think the reason it works, is because Big Band's up in the air, the entire camera pans upwards, and it's kind of hard to see her go into Sekhmet because she's so far down on the screen. Like, she's almost off the screen when it happens. So it's really, you can't really react to it. I mean, you could, but no, it's unblockable. This works on every Big Band ever.
No, you don't block that. MOHW, you don't block that. You're lying. Can we ban them?
What stage of a combo do you want to reset at, or how much on Dizzy? It depends on the game state. That's something that you have to make a decision as on a player. You have to keep in mind, when they're at full on Dizzy, you do less damage to them. They take less damage at full on Dizzy. So if you're going to reset a lot, you want to keep them away from full on Dizzy so that you do more damage. So you want to do early resets. If you've optimized your team and you've optimized your set play, you can do things like 1 reset kills. Usually in 1 reset kills, you reset kind of early, like 2nd or 3rd string. I would always err on the side of resetting early, but there are still times where you want to reset later. Sometimes I'll do things like specifically green burst baits because I want to reset the undizzy. So I won't reset until the bar is green. Because if they burst, they lose the undizzy. Also something to keep in mind. Do I think Nail or Reaper is better? Viewer. As an assist or as her normally? Because I think her normal combos use both. Maybe not H. I think her corner character uses H. No, she uses H. Air H. Yeah. Air H mid-screen and ground H mid-screen to corner, I think. I don't play Pinwheel.
Don't play Pinwheel.
Assist? I wouldn't run either of those as an assist, personally, if I'm going to be honest with you. If you're running it for combos specifically, I would run H-Viewer, probably. You could probably get some kind of setups, like A-Train or Excelabella. The problem is Pinwheel's assists aren't great. So, I mean, as much as I say I wouldn't run either of those, you could still do it. I mean, one of the best Pinwheels in the world, their main Pinwheel assist was grab assist, and they were fine. It's just her assists aren't great, so you can really run whatever you want. Yeah. But I think if you're specifically going for combos, you should do H-Viewer. I can grab assist. Can't believe this. If you guys ever want to make your friends mad at you, run Diamond Drop Assist. That thing's really funny.
That sounds dumb.
I've used it against you.
Yeah, that's why it sounds dumb. It sounded familiar, so my brain was like, it's probably dumb.
You want a fun... You cannot tech Bella command grabs. Technically, you can tech grab bag. The air one where she puts you in her hat and her hat beats you up somehow. You can tech that. And it's just... I don't know why I'm telling you what Tekken is. This isn't Tekken. You tech the grab like you tech a grab.
Wait. No, I'm just now like thinking like you're like.
There's only one tech in this game.
Yeah, but it's just grab.
Yeah.
I'm just like now thinking like how does grab bag beat you up actually? I've never actually like thought of the enemy. I think it's like you're in the bag and then the fist would start beating the shit out of itself.
I'd have to look at the animation again.
Yeah,
you can tech
I never actually thought of that.
No, you can't tech any of her other grabs. And the reason I say run Diamond Drop Assist specifically is because, fun fact, talking about some frame data here, the standard jab in this game is 6 frames to do a jab. Parasol's a 7. Parasol does not have a 6-frame move. It's really dumb. She doesn't need it, but it's dumb. And Philia and Fortune have 5-frame jabs. And for non-supers, you would think that the 5-frame jabs would be the fastest move in the game. And it's not. Because for some heckin' reason, Diamond Drop is 4 frames. And it's the fastest non-super move in the game on the command grab. That does way too much damage and gives you combos. It's a really stupid button. I mean, everything in this game's busted, but Diamond Drop's a fun button. I think the actual fastest move in the game is SSJ. I think that's frame 1. But, you know, if you're not talking about supers, it's Diamond Drop.
0 frame command grab.
Dude, heck, Guilty Gear. For context, Guilty Gear's grabs start up in 0 frames. They just happen.
Like legitimately, they are 0 frames.
It's real. I don't like it. Game's great. I like a lot of the characters. Watching it's fun. I can't play that game. I can't do it.
Benny?
Yeah.
How do I get better at the game?
You have to actually play it.
Oh, you're right. Right, well, let's...
Uninstall.
Well, good thing to have it uninstalled.
That's something that is actually... If you're feeling at a point where you're stagnating in this game, because that happens to a lot of people, where you've passed the beginner learning period, and you've hit the point where you know you're losing, and you're not sure why. And it feels like there's 2 groups of people. The people that you beat up really hard, and the people that beat you up really hard. And there's not really an in-between. That happens a lot to a lot of people, and it's happening to me in other games, too. If that happens, don't be afraid to go play a different game for a little bit. Because other games will, like I said earlier, I learned that blocking thing by playing a bunch of Marvel Infinite. And that super improved my Skullgirls game. Don't do Smash. Don't do that one.
You know, play Rivals of Aether. There you go.
Yeah, don't be afraid to play other games, because other games can teach you a lot, and then you can carry stuff over back to this game. Like Sam learned how to stagger in a Mortal Kombat 10.
Yeah.
And he uses it in this game all the time, and in Tekken kind of, and
kind of in Tekken.
Yeah.
Tekken's a bit weirder though if it's neutral to me.
And it's something that you wouldn't learn normally in this game, because it's something that doesn't really happen in this game because of how pressure works and assists work. So when you do come across it, it's really effective because everybody freaks the heck out. Is Infinite worth getting into? That game's dead. I'll be 100% honest with you.
Dead.
It's super dead. That is the most fun fighting game I've ever played.
Yeah, it's super fun.
That game is so fun.
Super fun.
The concept of it, the way it worked, it felt so good. It was so strange on how you had to play. And the way that game worked at a high level was what I was talking about earlier. You do things like on Jeddah has butchers, kind of, that he throws out as a ball. So what you do is you just throw that out in neutral and then push your switch button, and they have to block butchers, and you get to run up and do a mix-up. And that's just how the game works. Yeah, you could do things like grab, or cross tag is the second closest thing to it. Heckin' love cross tag, because of how the exact same thing. Cross tag is strange. In Skullgirls specifically, if you're doing a move with long recovery, if you have an assist with long recovery, you've screwed up somewhere. That's not a good thing, because they're going to beat the heck out of your assist. In cross tag, you want assists with long recovery, because you can switch to your assist at any time and play that character instead. So you can just do some dumb stuff, like you can grab and switch at the same time, and then your character that's now the assist character kind of grabs them anyway, and you get the... It's such a cool game. Those games are dope. Skullgirls is good too, though. This is Skullgirls stream. What's going on, guys? Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up? Don't play this game.
Why is anybody watching this? I'm just rambling at the computer. Marvel 3 is fun too. I can't say how much fun Marvel 3 was though, because I just never played it online. You know, for reasons. Netcode reasons.
Netcode's awful. I
think I'd really like that game in practice. I'd also play a team that makes everyone hate me. I'd play Morgan, Doom, Phoenix, and nobody would be my friend.
Nobody would be your friend. Nah, here's the thing that would, like, fix it. Phoenix or Phoenix Wright?
No, normal Phoenix.
God damn
Dark
it.
Phoenix is one of the most fun things in that game.
Yeah.
It just...
I mean, that is a cool concept.
That character existing on your team changes how the game is played entirely. It goes from I'm going to hit you and mix you to I need to hit you and then snap you out as soon as possible. I'm on a time limit. I need to kill the Phoenix.
I'm on a time. Because Dark Phoenix is
such
dumb.
a stupid character.
It's such a cool concept, though.
Yeah, that was one of the cooler... I still think the coolest fighting game character in existence is Leroy from Tekken. Even if you don't play Tekken, go watch Leroy's trailer. Tekken, he's so cool. Such an awesome character.
Can you go instant overhead with flight, like pick, or like something else?
I have just picked Paintwheel. So normally if you're mixing with her and you're doing it, you're doing that. You are kind of doing just the light pick overhead. A lot of the times you'll want to more do like a cross-up kind of thing. This is a bad example because I don't like this character. But you can, always do things like that. Then you don't have to worry about going overhead because nobody blocks that. Yeah, if you're going for the low overhead mix, that's the kind of thing you want. And you can also do things like... I didn't pick an assist, but you can, because of how fly cancel works, you can, like, call an assist, do, like, a slow jump in, and then fly cancel your jump in and get a second overhead, or you can, you're always allowed to fast fall it, you're allowed to just go low, Painwheel's a weird character. She's a cool character. She's cool. Her combos feel cool, too. And she can do this. Painwheel's one of, like, the, okay, this is gonna sound dumb. Painwheel is one of the strongest zoners in the game, up there with Double.
Mm. Mm.
Really. Now I know that sounds stupid. But Hatred Install Painwheel can fly cancel the viewers like this. There's some, I don't know what it is exactly, but you can zone in Hatred Install really stupidly well because you can fly cancel that. And of course, because you're Painwheel, you know, if they get hit with something, that's a combo for you. That combos. And I still am of the assumption that Double's a zoner because you just sit behind Puddle and shoot gun and they don't do anything about it. You know, it's really stupid. I played against one Painwheel online that ran H-Bomber, and they just call H-Bomber and charge this full screen. Like, you can't stop her, really, because, you know, there's a bomber in your face. And as soon as the nails are out, you have to be terrified, because the block stun's almost as long as the hit stun. So she just gets to go in at you. You'll see Painwheels on incoming do that, too, where they charge nail. And either you block the nail, or sometimes they'll just fly cancel the nail and grab you. And you thought they were going to hit you. This character has a lot of dumb stuff.
A good Painwheel is terrifying.
It really is. See ya, Thok. Have a good weekend.
Goodbye. Thanks for the info, Penny.
I didn't
Heck
do it.
you! What about me? I give all the info. I'm a god. Like, look at what Penny's doing. You think she gives good?
Dude, I'm wave dashing. I'm making ground. Look at this.
You are technically getting.
Just like playing Lay with the wave dash. How to deal with Beowulf hops, grabs, and overheads when stuck on the ground by a bench system. It'll just grab you if you leave the ground as Solophilia. Stop playing Solophilia. No, the real answer is I'll let you know when I figure it out. You have to guess. That's the thing. The should I have some Bayo mix-ups? I can do that. There are certain situations against Bayo where you just have to block. The good news is that if he's doing a mix-up and he calls A-Train during the mix-up and you guess right, there's a really high chance that you can Happy Birthday, because A-Train doesn't have a hitbox and it's got long recovery. So either you can beat up on band. So that's one of the situations where you'd want to punish the assist with like a launcher. So if you're Parasol or Philia, if you're Philia and you push Stand Hard Punch on the band, you can jump cancel because you hit the assist, and after you jump cancel, you can block immediately. So Bayo can't actually punish you for doing it. And you kind of do that till band dies, in theory. You're solo Philia, so you only have to do it a few times, really. Fuqua Robo Painwheel's a good team comp. I think it's a strange one, I'll tell you that. It's a team that's very aggressive, and it's a team that has to be aggressive because it has 0 defense. So the only answer to that is just be more aggressive.
No, there's 2 answers. It's like, you can play what you want and just have fun with it. And the other answer is like, no, get a better team.
I mean, the thing is that when it comes down to it in this game, you can play whatever you want and you can make it work because everything in this game is good. Every single move in this game is absolutely busted, except for M Danger. That thing sucks.
MD? What's that?
It's Robo's, exactly. She like pulls her arms out and like spins a little bit. It's like super unsafe. It's not even that good on hit, and the only upside is that it's grab invulnerable.
Oh man.
So that's exciting, I guess. Yeah, you can make anything work. That's a team you're gonna have to be aggressive on. That's a team you're gonna want to kill people on really quickly. You would definitely want Painwheel second, so that you can do early... That's an awkward order. I'm gonna be honest with you. You would want Fuqua Anchor, probably, and Robo Point.
Weird.
But your Fuqua has to be really clean to do that. It's not that it's bad. Sonic does it. But the only reason it works for Sonic is they're really, really good at Fuqua. Yeah, so your Fuqua would have to be clean. And then your idea would be either early DHCs from Robo, like early Magnet into Hatred install. And that should do a lot of damage, because Magnet's a single-hit, hard-hitting move. So you can kill people really quickly. It's a strange team. It's not a bad team at all, but it is a strange team. Bayo mix-ups. Right. That's what we were doing. I was staring at Twitch chat, not the video game.
Bayo mix-ups.
Bayo's dumb. Bayo's stupid. I hate this character. I love playing this character. That's why I hate this character. Any of these are mixes. If you get hit with this, it's just all mix. You can do whatever you want. You're in the air. This is a mix. You can. It's a burst bait too. Don't ask me why. That's a burst bait. And you just kill them if they do that too, because they're at the perfect height where you can punish it with arm super, and then put them in the corner and then combo off of it, and it just hurts so bad.
It hurts.
Plus
it also resets the speed of the match.
Yeah.
And
you can,
which this character doesn't build any of.
Any time you do, it's just I don't know how to put it. You don't even have to be safe. You can just walk up. When I play this character, this is the button I use the most because it's heckin' huge, and it's not good on block, but it doesn't matter because your DP is plus for some reason. So you just do it, and if it hits him, you get the combo off of it because the heck you. Don't talk to me again.
Don't talk.
He's even got really gross, like, weird restand stuff with the throw the chair button that nobody uses. It got added in some beta and everyone forgot about it.
Some beta.
Yeah, I don't heckin' know. If you want to do a reset on this character, he's gonna do the reset. Like, he doesn't care. I can't even show any, like, super gross nasty resets because he doesn't need them. You just do the basic low overhead thing and you win. And you only do it twice if you have A-Train. Once or twice.
And you don't build any in Dizzy because of it. I don't know why.
That's specifically for Bayo A-Train.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
And it's the reason that team worked. The instant overhead input, that's Bayo's dash. His dash makes him airborne. So if you dash and push a button, he does his air move.
Yeah, if you try, isn't it the heavy kick? If you just do that, you just kind of like do a front flip or something like that. And doesn't
Yeah,
do
you can fast fall it with either heavy button, and it looks really stupid. And it's really funny too, because you'll just be pressuring, and you'll be you'll just do that and grab them, and they're like, "Hello, how?" His character's dumb.
Oh god, I didn't think of that. It was like the heavy fast fall into like grab. It's kind of dumb actually.
Yeah. I'm multitasking. I'm texting because I'm a good video game host. Hire me for Evo.
Oh, did you see the Hungry Box do that forward smash penny?
Sorry, I was on Reddit. Look at this cat gif though.
Oh shit, that's a good cat.
I wish I had an actual cat gif to throw on screen.
Yeah.
I just had it ready. Planned this joke 3 hours in advance.
It just appears on the bottom left, like as you're about to hit the stream.
Show some team combos with Valentine. What kind of team are you talking about? I don't think I know too much. I think I know some basic Bomber and Excelabella combos, just because those are really good assists on her. And if you're... This is for anyone. If you're looking for a character with combos with like certain assists and stuff, don't be afraid to look at the Mizumi wiki, because some characters do have team-specific combos listed there, and sometimes they have links to videos too. Which better, pad or stick? Whatever you like more. Pretty much. I like stick a lot. I feel like I can be a lot more accurate on stick, because I hate D-pads and analog sticks don't have gates on them, and I hate that. Sam much prefers pad. I don't know if you've never used a stick. I'm sure you've played like at arcades and stuff though.
I have, and they don't feel like very comfortable to me.
Yeah.
But like, wasn't there like that one guy who played like on a shoebox?
Oh yeah, so that's technically a hitbox. It's just in a shoebox.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, there's more than that. There was somebody that played on a Guitar Hero 3 case.
Yeah.
There's a guy that played on the Astolfo body pillow.
There's a guy who played on the like the PlayStation like. No, there's another guy who played on the like the PlayStation like wheel.
Yeah, technically. Oh yeah, the Guilty Gear player.
The Guilty Gear
player that played on a racing wheel.
Yeah.
He was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's commitment, but.
And then you've got one of the ones I really like because just I find it so fucking cool is Broly likes like how he plays. He uses like his mouth to play, and he's really good.
Yeah. There's some wild people out there. I love them. It's like that guy that played Overwatch with bananas and stuff. Yeah, Initial T. That's it. That's the person.
I think Broly like is also oh yeah, his Initial B. Yeah, that makes sense. I think Broly like uses like the controller. He doesn't use a box, which makes sense because the pad is smaller, so you know he's able to use that more easily for his mic and stuff.
I have to remember how to do it. Hold on. I know that you're like asking if I know any. I'm literally gonna go look at the wiki and copy the combo because I've learned it before, and I don't remember how it starts.
What's your opinion on duos versus trios? Why you find that?
I think duos suck. I'll be honest. I think duos are the worst team you could play. By the way, I play duo. I just play duo.
I think they're awful. That's why I play them.
I only play it because it's easy for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think solo is good because there's a big upside in damage. I think trio is good because there's a big upside in utility. I think duo loses a lot of damage and a lot of utility and doesn't get a lot in return. So I would not play a duo if possible. That being said, I play duo, so you know.
Wait, so there's team combos in the wiki?
Yes. Not for every character and not for every assist, obviously, because there's a billion of them. But a lot of, like, Bayo A-Train has combos listed, Valentine Excella has combos listed. Like, a lot of the common ones that you see will have combos. Sorry, hold on, I'm texting. I'm looking at Reddit cat jokes again. Alright.
I'm so disappointed that you still haven't put, like, a gif of, like, you know that, like, dancing cat? Like, that got memed for a while?
Yeah.
You should put that in the corner. What do you mean by utility? Like they just get like they use more options and such.
Yeah,
probably.
More kinds of assists. So like if you're running a Peacock team, for example, if you're playing solo Peacock, you have a lot of weaknesses you need to make up for by playing like a maniac. That's how it usually goes.
Who?
Peacock.
Oh yeah.
But if you're playing Peacock on a trio, you can play much more good.
Okay.
Because you can have both a DP assist and an assist that covers horizontal ground. So if you're running like Napalm, Pillar, and Brass, I just threw 2 assists out. Brass will help a lot with your zoning, it'll help a lot with counter calling, it'll help a lot with all of that. Pillar will help a lot when you're under pressure, you know, which is one of her biggest weaknesses. It can get you out of a lot of things. It helps your damage and your mix even, and so does Brass. And a duo Peacock will have a little bit more damage and give up one of the assists entirely, which leaves her with a big weakness still. And I just don't think that's worth it. Yeah. And Sam even figured out that that's not worth it because he started playing Big Band Point.
Yeah. George Assist.
George Assist is fun.
George Assist is so fun.
Yeah, so that's what I meant by that. I'm
George
probably
is
not
a,
gonna use this.
like that's probably like a very like basic example. Just like I have how I like to play the game. George just allows me to like play the way I want to play.
Which is just doing some stuff.
Yeah, which is just decent stuff. George just allows me to just do stuff. So it just sits there. He just moves so slowly.
I don't remember how to do this route. This is one of the coolest Valentine routes there is, and it hurts so bad.
What do you mean hurts?
Like, the damage it does is insane.
Oh, I see. I thought you meant like hurts to like do.
No,
Like,
so
on fun.
for reference, the wiki has this listed, so I shoot the wiki, not me, if it's wrong. But there's a OTG-less combo with Excelabella. Ends in super, does 9.3 with a normal starter. If you do this starter, it does over 10k.
Oh.
It adds so much damage. It's not like other characters where it's like, I changed the starter a little bit and got 200 damage. This thing's like, I added 2,000. But it's really hard. There it is. And then off of that, you can do like that, and then, you know, pick up with that. This is such a cool combo. I live this for a week. And then I didn't like this character because I don't like this character, but I tried.
You did try.
Ah, heck, I missed the last hard kick. Ah!
Why do you do the air version rather than the grind version of like the dash?
Because it doesn't work with the ground version.
That's weird.
I mean, it
Oh,
does
I mean,
work, but you can't combo off it because you're in recovery.
Oh yeah, you're not doing the heavy and stuff. Yeah, that makes sense. I see that.
If you do the air one, you get to air dash afterwards and do things.
Yeah.
So you have to do the TK air version off of OTG Crouch Hard Punch. And it's really strange timing, and the dash hard punch is also really strange timing because it switches sides half the time. But it's so cool looking. I can't do it again. I did it once. It'll never happen again.
Is this the Mercy skin, by the way?
It is. It's a really good color.
Because I haven't seen it, because you need the DLC to see it.
Yeah, it's heck good. This and the Diva Bella one are really, really
The
good.
Diva Bella one is really good, so it is.
There's also the Tracer Fortune that's pretty alright.
Yeah.
Alright, we got any other chat stuff? Because my family's talking about burgers, and I should probably help them with that.
Borders. How do you punish people trying to hit you from the air as parasol and crouch and medium punch when hit?
Here's the way I see it. If crouch medium punch fails, it's stand hard punch time.
Stand hard punch.
The crouch medium punch hit. Okay, hold on. I didn't go over this in my guide because I didn't realize the power before I made that. This is an after the fact thing. But this button, where the blue is, it covers that area insanely well, which is really good. But the entirety of where her umbrella is kind of just open, so it's not great. Stand hard punch covers that entire area perfectly. Like you could fit it in there. If crouch medium punch would whiff, you want stand hard punch. Stand hard punch is slower, so it's weird to use. But when it does work, it's so good. Because they added a vacuum effect to it. So if you hit them in the air, I'm trying to show without setting her to jump, it sucks them back down to the ground. It didn't do that before. It used to be a weird confirm because they would stay in the air and then you did a tear shot and it hit them in the air and you'd do like jump forward, jump light punch stuff. It was strange. They fixed that. Panel, does she work with Eliza? Yes. Everything works with everything in this game.
Especially
as long as you're
Eliza,
willing to make it
because
work.
Eliza's Eliza and... God.
I think Eliza's bad. I'll be honest.
Go... heck yourself.
Alright, nice. Good censorship.
What?
And again, like, I'll sit here and I'll say, I think Eliza's bad. Eliza's half my team. So, you know. Everything works. Painwheel really likes things like Butchers, because she can call it while she's flying around, and that's really annoying to deal with.
Oh, that's so annoying, actually.
Yeah. Same with Spiral.
Yeah.
You could even run Boat Assist if you're feeling that. Don't do that, but you could.
No, don't do that.
I would not run Horus, because that's pretty short range, and that's not what you want to be doing with Painwheel. I don't think she has any other assists that people like pick. Carpenters, but that's the same thing as
Light
Butchers.
punch.
I don't think Light Punch assist is a thing, I'll be 100% honest with you.
Have you tried it?
Yes. No.
Right, where's the cat?
Does Eliza work with Squiggly? Yes.
Yes, everyone works with everyone.
Eliza and Squiggly actually like each other quite a bit, because H-Spiral gives Squiggly a really stupid mix. Eliza's really stupid with Cremation, because Cremation's a low lockdown assist, and Eliza goes overhead all the time. So that's really annoying to deal with. If you want to play that specifically, look up a player called Twin Drills. I don't know if they play anymore. I don't think they do. I think they've quit and come back like 7 times at this point. I'll be honest. But they're really awesome. They play that team. They played that team super well. You might even be able to find a VOD of me fighting them, where I did teacup and incoming and got a double snap off it, and it was really funny. I dropped it because I was too busy laughing. He didn't do anything on incoming because he was too busy laughing. Drills is one of the people that taught me Eliza. We were at Otacon, and they came to our hotel room, and while Josh B and Fedora were passed out in a bed because they were drunk, me and Drills just played Eliza Mirrors for like 7 hours. It was like 5 a.m. when we stopped.
You people annoy me just being able to play fighting games for 7 hours straight.
Heck, there's such a... Also, if you look them up, their art's fantastic. My backpack has so many of their buttons on it. Seriously fantastic art.
This is the same Joes where like they appear in the chat and go, Joes!
They don't play Painwheel, they just play Eliza Squiggly, but you could throw Painwheel in pretty good.
That is who that is, yeah.
Yeah. Though I don't know how many
right.
people in chat would remember that. That was kind of...
Yeah, no, but I was asking you specifically just so that if I knew.
This guy's selfish, asking for himself. This
Yeah,
whole
no, I'm
chat
asking
here
for
and he's
himself.
ignoring me.
Yeah, no. They play Eliza Squiggly Painwheel question mark.
Drills is awesome. Drills is underrated. Go support Drills. That's what the straight... You want to get good at Skullgirls, go support Drills.
Buy their art and you'll learn a 50-hit combo. Like, instantly.
Yeah, that's it.
This
Because,
game's
hits
pay to
won't
win.
matter in this game.
Yeah, exactly. This game's pay to win.
What the heck? Okay, so... a little behind the scenes here. We figured out where we're ordering dinner from, and I'm looking at the menu at the side because nobody plays Skullgirls in full screen. That's a myth.
Yeah.
And one of the menu items here is a burger that's topped with bacon and mac and cheese.
Mmm.
And you can only get vegetables if you specifically ask for it. They know their audience.
Wait, what?
It's just like burger, bacon, mac and cheese. There's nothing healthy on it unless you ask for it.
She asked. Oh, I see. Yeah. Good. That's good. I like
They know
that.
what they're doing.
Yeah. There's nothing healthy on this. This is called the Heart Stopper.
What's Skullgirls in full screen? You know, like when you open a game and it's your whole monitor? That doesn't exist. So you don't know it.
Maxie never programmed it.
Yeah. Didn't happen.
It's a game that doesn't program full screen anyway, though.
They take down all those... hold on, my monitor's a weird resolution. They take all those... I don't think so. I don't know. I don't want to talk about that on stream, I'll be honest.
Yeah, that doesn't seem good for the stream to talk on.
Not just because I'm like, oh, I have such a hot take. I'm just, like, uninformed. So I don't want to say anything about it. I wasn't one of the people personally affected, so I don't, I don't know what's
Also,
going on.
I think Crank likes just to keep it separate. So he
Yeah,
does.
we're here to help new players have a good time.
Yeah.
Also, I looked today for like the first time since I first joined the stream. This thing has like 2,000 followers, dude.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people who play Skullgirls.
A lot of people like Skullgirls.
Sam's not one of them, but a lot of people do.
I'm not one of them.
Why does nobody use? Why do I not use it? No, nobody. Yeah, nobody does full screen stuff. It just doesn't happen. It's just.
I mean, I'm gonna go against the myth here. I do.
You played windowed full screen.
No.
Did know. Easiest character in the game. Used to live think it was. Yeah, Bella's not. If you're talking about the easiest character to just pick up and do well with, like two people just pick up the game, having never played it before, and fight each other, you're probably looking at people like Bella, Robo, Peacock, Big Band. You know, those characters. But if you're talking about over time, I don't know I know who the hardest would be. That's probably like Peacock. She has so much situational stuff, and even her not situational stuff is really hard. But every character has some form of like optimal something that's stupid.
Alright, Penny. I have a challenge for you.
Hold on, let's talk about this first. If this game was put in Mystery Tournament, if you pick Big Band, you win. That's how this game would work in Mystery. Everyone picks Big Band.
Yep.
I think Craig talked about that once, where like you just play the big, high damage characters because if everyone's new, that's what you do.
Yeah, people don't know their fast moves.
Yeah.
So everybody's just gonna try and do like the really cool high hitting moves. So if you pick the guy who has the most damage with those moves, there you go.
Fun stream fact: if you're new here, I'm a fake host.
What do you mean you're a fake host?
I'm not here as often as I should be. I wasn't here from the beginning. I was here from like halfway, if that.
So you become a host now.
I'm a fake host.
No, you're a host.
Crank is the normal host. That's why we keep talking about him. He's the one that revived this thing from the dead and turned it into what it is today. And he's really cool. So, fake host. Anyway, what were you saying? Challenge?
I have a challenge for you. You should go to options and turn on full screen.
Yeah, I refuse. The button doesn't exist. Look.
On stream.
I'll show you.
Yeah?
Look. You go to video settings, and it's just blank.
So
Nothing
I
here.
have to wait for it to catch up.
It's just a black screen.
Penny.
It's just a black screen.
Penny, it's there.
So, I'd love to do your challenge, but I physically can't.
I don't think you'd love to do my challenges. I don't think you wanted full screen.
You think Pinwheel's good to pick up if you're new to the game? Yeah, Pinwheel's fun. Pinwheel's one of those characters where, I say this about Fuqua too. Most characters have like a bell curve learning thing, where you do like really bad at the beginning, and then when you kind of know what you're doing, you do pretty well, and then when you really know what you're doing, you realize you're actually bad and you do bad again. Because I don't think any good players actually call themselves good at this game. Everyone's just like, nah, I'm bad at Skullgirls. This game's hard. But Painwheel's kind of got the reverse bell curve, where if you first pick up Painwheel, you'll do really well, and then once you start to learn about the game, you'll be like, this character sucks, why have I done this to myself? And then when you really know the game, you're just gonna be insane. It's just scary.
I can't wait for Skullgirls VR, so that like when you go into it and you're like, wow, it's so immersive, it fills up my entire VR headset. You just go to settings and put it. Yeah, you just put it in Windows. Yeah, you just put it in Windows.
I could do that. My VR has like a remote desktop thing. I could play
That's
windowed Skullgirls in VR.
Technically, you can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I can't wait. I'm gonna get my VR headset Monday.
Painwheel's good for the long term, but it's a very long term. It's gonna take a long time, and most of your time is gonna be in that this character sucks place. But Painwheel is one of the most rewarding characters you could learn. And you know, if you have fun with the character, you can play the character. I guess play what you want. We have a friend that plays Main's Pain Wheel, and he's eternally in that I hate everything mood. Not even about fighting games, just you know, in general.
He just hates everything.
Yeah. Do what you love.
Oh, speaking of which, because we hadn't had it from him all like this stream. There we go.
You banning someone? Oh, there you go. I thought you were banning someone.
No, that's me. Swagger usually does the B&B thing. Am I banning someone?
I don't know. You said I haven't done it yet this stream, and I'm like, all right, someone's getting banned.
No, I said he hadn't done it yet this stream. You could ban me, but that would be so bad.
I didn't even do crank speech. I just kind of turned on the stream when we went. I turned on the stream and left headless.
Alright, you gotta do the introduction now.
Hello everybody, and the stream's probably over now.
Alright, good job.
Unless we have any last minute questions, we'll probably end it here. I was only going to do like an hour, and it ended up being like an hour, 2 hours. Just because I like talking about this game. It was really low energy before the stream, and then I got to talk about Skullgirls.
I have a question before you end the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Masochist.
Ah.
What's up, Das Wales?
What is your question? Hurry up, for we do not have, the council does not have time for you.
Hold on, here's another thing. I currently hold the world record for the training mode trial speedrun. Fight me.
Because you're the only one!
Yeah, I'm the only one that's done it.
You didn't even upload?
No, I haven't uploaded it. I don't even remember what time I got. But I have the world record, so you know, you should fight me.
Wasn't it, like, didn't you do it? No, you didn't, like, this was before I started the speedrun, wasn't it? My speedrun?
Yeah.
Of, like, Crash, yeah.
Is it smart to have a secondary trio team? So, a lot of people don't agree with me, but I'm going to say what I think here. I'm of the opinion that if you want to get really good at a fighting game and you really want to go deep into learning it, you should learn every character. Just because it helps to fight against them if you've already played them, you know? It helps a lot. So even though I technically play one team, I only play this team ever. I haven't changed this macro in years. I have so many other off teams on all my buttons. I don't... I have so many. You'll just find yourself playing other teams.
Can Robo dash under an airborne opponent, then immediately dash back under?
I
was trying with a flying paywheel to practice, but I couldn't seem to do it.
I don't think so. That being said, Robo's best tool in neutral is just dashing at the other person, because everybody jumps in this game. So you just dash under and then you're full screen again. I fight Robos, I keep that in mind the whole time, and I still just jump because it's Skullgirls. Then what are you doing if you're not jumping?
I'm Robo, I must defend. Charge forward.
If she's running at me, I'm scared. I'm gonna jump.
Yeah.
I don't know, what if she kicks me? I kinda don't want to be on the ground.
Or stubs my toe.
Yeah, but I know people disagree with me about the playing everyone thing. We've been playing Tekken. I've probably played every character on that in that game now, and the characters are really hard to play in that game. Like, they're really in depth, so it's a mistake. But I've done it. What other games have I done that in? I do it in every game.
Mortal Kombat?
Did it in MKX. Kinda did it in MK11. Did it in Blaze Blue. Did it in Guilty Gear. Just... Man. Part of that's just me being me, though. I just like learning combos, even if I know I'm never going to play the character. I like being able to do the combos. I'll do optimal. I'm doing optimal Unial combos. I haven't played... It's not even Unial anymore, it's Unist. No, it's not. There was another one after that. Whatever the newest Uni is.
Unicorn?
Yeah, Uniclear, whatever. I do optimal photon stuff in that. I don't think I've ever played that game against an actual person, outside of, like, once. But I'm learning the optimals, heck. Phonon is a dream character for me. I can love Phonon.
I hate her.
So good.
She's not Wild Sting.
I'm kind of surprised you play well. No, I'm not.
Wait a sec.
Because Mika's in the game too.
Why does it... Wait, no, hold on a
I'm
sec.
surprised you play Waldstein over Mika a little bit.
Because Waldstein is really big.
Yeah, but Mika's... She does the XD face when she dashes.
I mean, she is adorable and it is funny, where she just plants her face into
Her
the
grab,
ground.
she just trips. Like...
Yeah. I mean, yeah, she is a meme, so she is.
Why is Robo so precious? The world loved her as soon as she uttered her first Bimu.
Beam.
When the Japanese voices were released, I think Quick Match was all Robos just doing it because it's so good. There's some things about, like, if you're playing English Robo, you're doing it wrong. Play Japanese. If you're playing Japanese Squiggly, stop. Play the English one. When she does the sing, it hurts my ears.
So bad. And then if you play Japanese big band, then you're a JoJo fan, and that's just it.
Japanese Bella's good too, because she goes boing when she jumps.
Boing?
You don't even know where the voice option is? I can show you that. That menu exists. I actually don't remember how to get there. Yes, I do. Voice settings. You can set it here. My announcer's right, yeah. This is the best announcer. Everything's Japanese except for Parasol and Eliza. Guess who I play?
Why don't you have Big Band on Japanese?
I think I just said it one day. I haven't played Big Band in so long. Yeah, no, play Japanese Robo. It's so much better than English. Like, English Robo was already good. I picked up this game specifically for Squiggly and Robo. They're the only two reasons I bought this game in the first place. I don't play either of them now. But my original, like, OG, I'm going to commit to this team, day one team, was Robo, Squiggly, Bella. And now I don't play any of them. I think they're my three least played. But hey, it happened. I didn't even know I liked spacing characters when I bought this game. I didn't even know what kind of characters I liked. Other than,
I didn't know that I liked what my archetype was either.
I knew I liked Melina and MKX, and that was all I knew.
I don't remember when I figured out why I like the big dudes.
I feel like you would have figured that out, like, really early on, like, you know, like, early games. Like, you know, you played on the, Nintendo Stonehenge. Because you're older than me.
No, actually, because the characters I played were always like I still do, because like I play like Foss and Pac-Man. I like play the weird ones.
Yeah,
like Luigi. I always played like Luigi in the platformers because he like had the higher jumps.
But think about this, Sam. Luigi's bigger than Mario.
That is
you always like the big character.
Yeah, I mean that is a point, but like, and I did play Ganondorf in Melee.
It's all coming together. Did you play Bowser too?
I don't think I did. I think I just even like I was like he just sucks.
You had to have done it once or twice for the joke of grabbing people off the edge. You know?
No, because
everybody does that joke.
This was casual. Oh no, because that didn't exist back then.
He could do it in Melee, couldn't he?
I don't think he could. I don't think that's what it was originally.
I mean, I only played Martha Melee, so I don't know. Actually, that's probably when I figured out I like spacing characters, when I first got Melee as a kid. I just didn't put it together.
Yeah, you don't put it together. Maybe I did like heavier characters, but like...
Ken was my favorite player.
I'm trying to realize, like, what moment, like, I went, oh my god, they're a huge guy and I like them, you know what I mean? Like,
it's gonna feel like I was playing Minecraft and I saw the Ender Dragon and I went mood.
Mood. Side B, side special, Visor does a claw swipe, what? Totes and launches opponents that are far away.
We've just been podcasting for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. We should start a podcast. There's no plan, we just talk. I guess that's just talking. It doesn't need to be a podcast for that.
No, he just grabbed him originally, so he did.
He
Like,
just
Bowser does a
grabbed him.
class swipe. Bowser does a class swipe, it grabs enemies that are close, while it hits and launches opponents that are further away. Foes can escape this move in the same way they can escape grabs by rolling the control stick. The forward throw awards more damage, while the back throw has higher knockback.
Alright, so Brawl Bowser, because it was definitely in Brawl.
I think it was in Brawl when it first
It
happened.
was definitely in Brawl, because that's the game that I actually started like playing Smash in.
I remember, yeah, no, it was in Brawl because I remember doing that, yeah, when I figured it out.
Definitely did it all the time as a joke.
Yeah.
Definitely did it with Ganon too. And Captain
Oh, yeah,
Falcon,
Ganon was great.
kind of.
Did you do it with Captain Falcon?
Yeah, well, I mean, you didn't kill yourself with it, but I did the same thing where it's just like, I'm gonna do the bit, and then you jump off and do side B over and over.
No, but Captain Falcon just, like, punched them in the air. Ganon actually grabbed them.
Yeah, but I still did the bit, Falcon. When, like, my
okay.
brother was like, stop playing the joke characters. I'm like, alright, I'll just pick a less joke character.
The joke character.
I couldn't play Marth, it was banned. I had to go easy.
Marth's bad.
He's gonna hate me for saying, so, okay. Hi, I'm 24, even though I sound 16. I played Yu-Gi-Oh! With my brother today.
Oh,
Right?
no.
And things just haven't changed, because, like, 2 turns in, he's like, I can't do anything against you, this sucks.
What were you playing?
Charmers.
Well, he just sucks then.
And the whole time I could just hear him saying, go easy on me. I did too, that's the thing.
He just sucks.
I do think, like, he wanted to get rid of some field spell, and I'm like, okay, I just won't stop you. I could, but I won't. Sandbagging looking.
Sandbagging and still winning.
I got a story about that, but that's probably after the stream.
Mm,
It's a good story, it's just probably too personal for stream.
fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which, speaking of which,
Wouldn't be too personal for my stream at twitch.tv/penny224.
where she streams
Tekken once every 7 weeks.
and the odd speedrun of Skullgirls Trial.
That happened once. I don't even think I streamed it, actually. Did I stream it?
No, you did.
Okay.
Because you did stream it because you wanted record proof that you had world.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I have the recording anymore.
Like you put up the timer and everything. Remember,
God,
like a
you're
really
right.
shitty version of the timer.
Dude, I should have just Googled, like just get the Google front page, like a world clock, and just have that as the timer. Like, it's not even timing anything. Alright, we're turning the stream off because we could just go forever. Then we're not going to take any more of your time. Go watch
Our
something
time-
good. Go watch someone that
our
deserves it.
Our time is more precious than this, so goodbye.